All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a pretty revolutionary way to do health benefits. It's called an ICHRA. But there's a huge problem that most people miss. We're about to uncover why so many of these programs are failing, and I promise you, the real reason is not what you think.
So let's just start with a number. And it's a big one. 70%. Yeah, 7 out of every 10 companies that try to set up one of these plans, well, it doesn't stick. It fails. That's a massive, massive failure rate for a program that has so much promise.
So that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Why? With all the flexibility and control that these things are supposed to offer, why are they just falling apart? What's the hidden reason they keep breaking down? Now, if you ask most folks, they'll point their finger in the exact same direction, the IRS. The common thinking is, oh, the rules are just too complicated, the compliance is a mess, it's an easy target, but it's not the right one. To really get what's going on here, we actually have to leave the world of HR for a minute. We're going to take a trip back in time to the dawn of commercial aviation, because the real answer isn't buried in some rulebook, it's written in the sky. Think about it. Back in the early days of flight, the technology was solid. The planes were marvels of engineering. They were absolutely capable of flying safely. The fundamental design wasn't the problem at all. But even with these incredible machines, accidents were happening way too often. There was this huge, dangerous gap between what the technology was supposed to do and what was actually happening in the real world. So what did they discover? The crashes weren't happening because of bad engineering. The problem wasn't the machine, it was the human system. It came down to simple process failures, missed checklists, bad communication in the cockpit, manual errors. The system connecting the pilot to the plane was broken. So how did flying become the safest way to travel? Well, they didn't change the laws of physics. It got safer because the process of flying got better. They introduced standardized pre-flight checklists, they automated critical systems, and they created clear protocols. It was all about operational discipline. And this quote just nails it. A powerful design fails when the system behind it breaks. It doesn't matter if you're talking about an airplane or a benefits program. It's useless if the system for operating it is flawed. And that's the exact same crossroad ICHRA is at today. So let's do a quick recap of what an ICHRA actually is. It's a setup where your company gives you tax-free money and you go buy your own health insurance. This gives the company total budget control and it gives you, the employee, total freedom of choice. The concept itself is brilliant. Okay, let's connect the dots. The myth is that confusing IRS rules are what's breaking ICHRAs. But the reality, just like with those early airplanes, is that it's the broken internal processes, all the little administrative shortcuts, that cause these programs to crash and burn. So what do these breakdowns actually look like? Well, here are the real culprits. We're talking about official notices showing up a week late, causing total chaos, or an employee waiting forever for their reimbursement because of a typo in a spreadsheet. Or maybe the payroll system and the compliance system don't even talk to each other. These are the little operational gaps that create all the confusion and risk. And here's the crucial point. It's not that employers have bad intentions. They want to provide great benefits. But good intentions are not enough. The difference between success and failure isn't the desire to do it right. It's having the right operational infrastructure to actually pull it off. So what's the answer? We go right back to our aviation analogy. Just like pilots transformed safety with checklists, we need the same thing for benefits. The solution is building a system that has what we call operational integrity. And here it is, the 5 principles that make sure your ICHRA program is ready for takeoff. You have to design it with precision from day one. You need to standardize and automate every workflow. You have to use technology to validate compliance in real time. Centralize everything so there's one source of truth. And finally, you have to communicate with your employees with the clarity of an air traffic control tower. Now, this isn't just theory. It's a practical framework you can use to take control. So let's get specific and outline your flight plan. The concrete steps you can take to make sure your benefits program has a smooth journey. So here's your flight plan. First, audit your current process. Where are things being done by hand? Where are the gaps? Second, make sure your rules are automated, not just living in some spreadsheet somewhere. Third, bring everything, notices, reimbursements, compliance, the whole shebang, into a single platform. And finally, invest in training so everyone knows how it works. At the end of the day, this is the main takeaway. True success and control don't come from memorizing every line of the IRS code. They come from building a robust, automated, and disciplined system to run your benefits program.
And that leaves us with one final, crucial question to ask yourself. Is your benefits program built on a solid, reliable foundation that's designed for success? Or is it flying on a series of risky shortcuts, just kind of hoping for the best? The choice and the control is yours.